What's up, guys? Welcome back to another day trading video. Today this is part 3 of learning on how to actually start day trading. So in today's video we're going to talk about risk management. Alright, there are 3 pillars into day trading: strategy, risk management, and psychology. Today we're going over the second one, which is risk management. So step 3. Alright, let's learn on how to what is risk management and how to actually do it. And risk management actually is probably one of the shorter videos because risk management is very easy, very simple. All right, let's go over it right now. All right, risk management is purposely to protect your capital. Is to protect how you're actually trading. All right, because you want to stay trading. All right, the thing about rich people, being rich, getting to be rich isn't necessarily the hardest part. It's actually staying rich that is the hard part, alright? Because once you're rich, you're actually wanting to buy this, buy that, blow this, blah 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 blah, all that. Alright, you want to blow your money, alright? But then you're not able to stay rich. Once you're rich, I can relax. I quit on whatever made me money. I don't want to do it anymore. I already did all the hard work. Now to just blow my money. But then you're poor again. Alright? So it's kind of like trading. Alright? Once you have all your money, you want to actually protect it and actually be able to use that money in the future. Alright? Because the market, it will 100%, it will try to take your money. The market is not there to make you money. Alright? It is there to take away your money. Alright? Unless you're smart about it. Unless you can actually use the market itself and actually gain money on it. So enough yapping. Let's actually that is the start to protect the capital, right? So you want to protect your capital. Risk management is there to protect your capital so you can live to trade another day. All right, remember to live to trade another day. You want to live to trade another day, guys. Come on. So risk management is to protect your capital. All right, we're gonna use a risk to reward ratio. All right, so this can be a 1-to-1. So if you have a above than 50% win rate, then a 1-to-1 is fine. But if you have a above the 33% win rate, then a 2-to-1 is fine. All right, because you only have to win one out of the 3 trades, and you're break even. And that's 33%. All right. So, but if your strategy is more than 50% and you're using a 2-to-1, you're actually getting a lot more. You're maximizing more. All right. If you can use a 3-to-1, you're maximizing even more right there. Even if your strategy, I recommend your strategy to be above a 50% win rate. All right. But yeah, using a risk to reward ratio, so you can use a 1-to-1. A 1-to-1 is fine. All right. And a 2-to-1. You want to play it safe, 1-to-1 is fine, or you want to play more riskier, 2-to-1 is just as fine. About 90% of people use 2-to-1s. Or you want to play even riskier, then you can do a 3-to-1. All right, risk 3 times the amount, win 3 times the amount you're willing to risk. All right, so using a risk to reward ratio, let's say I'm willing to risk $100 to win $100, or I'm willing to risk $100 to win $200. I'm risking twice the amount. Or I'm willing to risk $100 to win $300. I'm willing to risk 3 times the amount. All right, so just use a risk to reward ratio. Once you enter that trade, just don't say I'm gonna get out right there. I'm gonna get out. No. All right, no, I'm willing to risk that the price go down to this level to win this amount when the price goes up to that level. All right, there we go. Using a risk reward ratio. Then you want to shift your mindset. All right, and this goes into actually sticking to your management. All right, so once you're in that trade, and once the trade hits your stop loss, don't be like, no. I know it can go back up. Please go back up. Please. I need it to go back up. No, call it a loss. Cut the loss. All right. If you don't, it's gonna go way more lower than it actually could. All right. Maybe yes, maybe there's a slight chance it could go back into your favor, but we're not gonna risk it. All right. We gotta be smart. We gotta live to trade another day. We got to live to trade another day. All right. So how do we do that? Cutting the loss already. This is actually another short video. Cutting the loss and being able to trade another day. Cutting loss, okay, I lost, whatever. It's a part of the game. Know that losing is a part of the game. I lost. It's whatever. All right, so shift that mindset and actually stick to your risk management. And once it goes to your profit, don't be like, "Oh, I know I can win way more. I think it can go way up more." Because once it goes down, you're gonna be like, "No, no, 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 go back up, go back up. I promise. Trust me, trust me. You're not gonna cut the loss. You're not gonna cut the win. Actually, cut the win when you have to. So once it hits your price on where and how much you're risking, say if it's a 2 to 1, if it goes to win $200, and let's say, ooh, I can win $300. You set a 2 to 1, so stick to that 2 to 1. Win that $200, and yes, it could have boomed up. Yes, maybe, but you won money. You won money either way. Now you're able to live another day and beyond that as well, because you use a 2 to 1 or a 3 to 1. Who knows? All right. Now we have, how much are you willing to risk? All right, how much are you really willing to risk? Let's say you have a $10,000 account. Are you really willing to risk your whole $10,000 account on that trade? No, of course not. Heck no. All right. So I recommend a 1 to 3, or maybe even a 1 to 5% of your account. All right. TGR says 1 to 3. I like to play a little bit more riskier. Who knows? It's your game, but I say 10% is the max. I believe, but for me, I'm gonna just say a 1 to 5% risk on your account. All right, risk 1%, 1 to 5% of your account, so that every trade you can choose how I'm gonna risk 1%, or I'm gonna risk 5%, I'm gonna risk 3%, I'm gonna risk 4%, depending on you. Or you can just say I'm willing to risk. Because let's say I have a $50,000 account, I'm willing to risk only $1,000. That's like 10%. I don't know, like 3%. I don't really fucking know. I care. Can I curse? Sorry. Yeah. Know how much you're willing to risk, and you can either you say I'm willing to risk $100 in this trade, or I'm willing to risk 1% of my account in this trade. So it's all depending on you. I recommend a 1 to 3% if you're using a personal account. If you're using a funded account, then actually the same thing actually. So yeah. All right. Next we have know when to risk or even trade. Should I even risk on this trade? Does this trade even look good? Does this trade look like my setup? Should I even risk it? No. If the trade doesn't look good, if you're not confident on the trade and it's like choppy, not moving as good, if it's just giving barcodes. Remember, guys, just moving straight like this, and it's not moving in a pattern like uptrend. Then I don't want to trade this. I do not want to trade this. Should I even trade it? No. All right, I'm not gonna trade that. All right, so know when to risk or even trade at all. All right. So in this trade, should I risk it? Should I risk it? Be smart. All right, because maybe yes, it can go up, but you could have lost. All right. Maybe it did go up, but you get to live to trade another day. I'd rather take no trade than lose a trade. Alright, because with no trade, I'm keeping my money. You have to learn to not even trade some days. Even because if you have that urge to trade, you're just having FOMO. And FOMO is never a good thing, alright? But yeah, that is it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Share with all your friends, and yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for part 4. Subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.